Today you're going to learn that WOR says were. So when I show you, when I share my screen and show you those words, we're going to look at WOR as a group, as a unit, so that your brain learns to recognize it as a unit that says something unexpected. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm already singing Christmas songs. Okay, so this A right here is going to say a because of the tap 2 rule. OR after a W says were, as in word or worthy. So it's going to sound like an ER right here. I am going to put 2 dots under here though for reading. So we're going to have p, a, t, w, th. Patworth. All right, try yours over here on your own. I'll be quiet while you work. Oh, Walmart, that's a good one, Addison. All right, so this I is going to say its short sound I because of the tap 2 rule right there, 2 consonants after it. WOR, our brain is learning to recognize as a unit that says something unexpected. WOR says were, as in word, worthy, worship, worth, like in this word. So we have sit, w, th, sitworth, sitworth. Okay, number 2. So this O looks like it's going to say ah. It's short sound also because of the 2 consonants after it. Here is our WOR that we're watching for today that says were. E at the end of a longer word usually says E. We have B, L, A, T, W, M, E. Bull, blah, blot, blotw, blotwur, blotworm, blotwormy, blotwormy. Go ahead and try yours. For those of you who are just in the spelling class, do you remember what this R is called? A liquid consonant. All right, so this A is going to say a because of the 2 consonants that come after it. WOR says were. Y at the end of a longer word says E most of the time. So we have cl, cla, clat, clatw, clatwur, clatworm, clatwormy, clatwormy. That one's not an easy word to read. The L is a little hard to wrap your tongue around. Clatwormy is just kind of a little bit of an awkward word to say. But you can do it if you force the mouth shape. If your mouth is shaped correctly, those sounds will come out correctly. Let's try number 3. So here we have a 3-letter blend here at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 3 consonants, 3-letter consonant blend, and then a I, and then a 2-letter consonant blend. And then we have our WOR, and then another 2-letter consonant blend. WOR is going to say So we have st, I, n, d, w, l, d. St, stir, stri, strin, strind, strindw. That's awkward to go from the D to the W. Strindw, strindwer. That's easier. Strindwhirl, strindworld, strindworld. There's a lot of consonants in there that you have to make sure that you're pronouncing every single one. Get all three of these right here, and then these two, strindworld, strindworld. Try your number 3. You also have a 3-letter consonant blend, and then a vowel, and then a 2-letter consonant blend, and then your WOR, and then another 2-letter consonant blend. Go ahead. Don't forget to pronounce your P when you read the word. It's going to be a little puff of air right in the middle. Okay, so our I is going to say I because of the tap 2 rule. Here is our WOR that says WOR. Our sounds st, I, p, w, l, d. St, stir, stri, strim, strimp, strimpw. Awkward, but we can do it. Strimpwhir, strimpwhirl. Get that P. Strimpworld. Make sure that you're hearing that puff of air come out right there, right after the M. Strimpworld, strimpworld. How are you doing on these first 3? How many did you get without me? How many out of 3 did you get on the first 3? Good. Nice, you guys. Oh, that is just your, I think you're brand new. So if you got 1 out of 3, well done, because you have never seen that word before in your life. This is all brand new. Pencil reading is brand new. Tap 2 is brand new. All of these, and you jumped in the hardest month, but if you got 1, then that is brilliant. That is celebratable. 2.5. Okay, let's try number 4. So here's our WOR at the beginning that says were. I right here says I because of the tap 2 rule. Y at the end of a longer word usually says E. So we have w, th, I, n, d, E. Worthindy. Worthindy. Make sure you blow out that TH. Worthindy. Okay, try yours. You can do it. I think I'll bring up syllable division to you again today for this one. All right, so this is something that I brought up in the last session, and I like to just throw it in there every now and then. We're going to have a whole lesson on it next month. But the more I throw it in there for you, then the more recognizable it seems, the more rememberable it is, and the easier it will be to grasp when I teach it to you in depth. So for syllable division, if you have a word that is 1 syllable, that means it has only 1 vowel sound, like crash, dog, big, wash. Only 1 syllable, then that syllable is automatically going to be accented because there is no choice. If you have a word with 2 syllables, like table, Hong Kong, that wasn't a 2-syllable word, it just came out. China, panda, Santa, that first syllable is usually accented, usually. Hot dog, protein. So accented means that it is said stronger, spoken with more emphasis. Protein. My neck kind of goes out when I say the stronger syllable. Protein, hot dog. If you have a 3-syllable word, 1, 2, 3, usually that first one is accented. Hospital, triangle, hamburger, magazine, that first syllable, 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 that first part, that first syllable is accented. So knowing this now, this is, you can tell it's a 3-syllable word because there are 3 vowels that don't touch. So this first syllable is going to be accented. So now try to read this word with that first syllable being accented. Go ahead and stick your neck out. It helps. When you do that, well, first we have this WOR that says WOR. I right here says I for 2 reasons, but mostly the tap 2 rule is the easiest one to remember. And then Y at the end of a longer word usually says E. So we have W, I, sh, E. Wor, worm, wormy, wormish, wormishy. Now, if I say it with that first syllable accented, it's going to sound like wormishy, wormishy. How'd you do on wormishy? Let me know. Y, yay, you got it, or A, almost. How'd you do on wormishy? Even if the syllable wasn't exactly perfect, or the accent. Okay, good. You're doing better today, Blair, than last time? That was my hope. That was my hope. You usually do really, really good. So sometimes if it seems a little hard, then that just makes you normal. Good. All right. So now we are down to our extra practice. If you have one that you would want me to read with you before I send you off on your own to try these, then put your request in the Q&A. Usually the Q&A is filled with requests. Okay, now they're coming through. So let's do 9 first. I'm going to mark it, but I'm going to let you read these on your own, and then I'll come back after. Go ahead. Oh, gotcha. Okay, a couple more seconds here. It gets easier once you just dissect it, and you know how. You have the tools, so you know exactly what each vowel is going to say, right? You don't have to wonder. You even know what that blasted WOR is going to say. That's not gotten control of you. It's not going to get the better of you anymore. You've now mastered your W control vowels. So even though it might look a little daunting or a little intimidating, you're going to apply what your new knowledge is and you're going to get it. The hardest part is blending the sounds, right? Because the rest is just putting a puzzle together, figuring out what all the sounds are going to say. The hard part is blending them together in the right order and making sure no sounds come in or out, right? So let's work on that. So this I is going to say I. This I will say I because of the confident rule. If you didn't know that, I in the middle can say I, regardless of if there are 2 consonants after it or not. That's the confident rule. I is the only letter that gets to do that, and we learned that in I month. WOR says were. Y at the end of a longer word usually says E. So our sounds are P, I, S, T, I, W, th, E. This TH is likely going to pronounce its vibrating sound. So it has 2 sounds When you put your tongue between your teeth and you just blow, then that's its voiceless sound. Only air comes out, as in think, thought, thank you. But once in a while, it's going to make its vibrating sound, especially if it comes right after a vibrating sound, like in worthy. So we have pistiworthy. Pistiworthy. Y or A? Did you get that? Yes or almost? Pistiworthy. I'm dying to know. How did you do on pistiworthy without me? See? See, it might have seemed daunting or intimidating when you first saw it, but you used your intelligence and your smarts to figure it out. I knew you could do it. All right, we have a request for number 3. Okay. This one's probably going to be easier than you think. Remember what I said about this I in the middle? It says I. Go for it. And let's go ahead and accent that first syllable. You already know it, don't you? I have a feeling you guys are just waiting because you've already got it. That's so good. But take your time if not. All right, so this E and this I are very similar. The difference is very subtle. This E has to, my jaw has to be dropped just a touch more than the I. So E right here says with my jaw dropped a little bit, The I in the middle says I, my jaw is up, I. And then WOR says WOR. So we have B, O, P, I, W, Bull, ble, blep, blepe, blepiw, blepiwr, blepiworm, blepiworm. You got that one, didn't you? Let me know though. Y or A for blepiworm? I knew it. Okay, don't worry. We're getting several almosts too, so you're not the only one if it was an almost. Let's do one more. I want you to try number 8. Gotcha, Imelda. Yeah. So this I is going to say I, right? With your jaw up, I. WOR says what? What does it say? You know it. Were. Totally unexpected, not what it looks like, but now you know. You have that knowledge. WOR says were for no reason that I know of. So the sounds are P, I, G, W, Pigworm. Pigworm. That doesn't sound very pleasant. It sounds like something I do not want to dream about. Go ahead and put a Y or an A. Did you get pigworm? I'm hoping that most of us will end on a Y here. Good. And I'm hoping that you feel a little better about W. So now it's not this elusive monster just changing our vowels, making them say weird things that we don't really know. Well, now we do know. WA says wa, WOR says war, WOR says were. Welcome to your new knowledge. It's yours to keep. We're going to come back and practice that next Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.